Hello and welcome to the show. This episode of FailRace, we start with a poison muffin on Forza 6 with the Drivatars being, well, as wonderful as ever. We're racing at Laguna Seca, coming down towards the first corner. The Jaguar we're following here, this is the Drivatar car, tries to cut the corner a little bit too much, bounces off a tyre bundle, and then promptly gets flipped over by a Ferrari Dino. It's such a perfectly shaped, the Ferrari Dino is perfectly shaped to go underneath and scoop the Jaguar up, and then the Maserati tries to be helpful. And doesn't really help very much though. Up next, Yami here, 682 on Forza 6, going down towards the first turn at Brands Hatch, when lag gets the better of his Mini and decides that it should be airborne. I'm not entirely sure. Like, I can understand sort of the slightly sort of lag tap that put the Mini round, but quite why it was fired onto its side and roof. It kind of like those stunt cars where they fire like the hydraulic ram down that flip the car up. It kind of looks like a crash like that. It's a very peculiar shunt for the poor Mini. CBZ Rogue D90 again with Drivatars getting confused. This time it's the final corner at Top Gear. In the wet, yeah, the Drivatars, especially when they come to dealing with puddles, the Drivatars can have some issues. I haven't actually seen them get stuck out here before though. Yeah, it sort of aquaplaned across the puddle and then the Audi got stuck out on the grass, and of course on the grass there is no grip whatsoever, and now his best solution to the problem is to go around in circles in reverse. Yeah, that's definitely not worked. Again, liking its reverse is not really working though. Now we're going to go and visit the crowd. We're going to say hello to to the people over here, all the meantime getting further and further away from the track. Still more saying hello to the crowd. Now we're going to say hello to the fire brigade. It's just very, very lost out on that part. Forza 153 on Forza 6 with the Gurkha messing about at the test track, drifting between some lampposts. There's a car gets in the way that flips the Gurkha over, which is quite amusing. But the Gurkha does not want to go back onto its wheels. Now, we occasionally see this from jelly cars. They bounce, but I've never seen cars bounce this much when trying to get upright. The wheels kind of touch the ground and it pings it back onto its roof. Yeah, never seen it to quite that extent of completely flipping the car back upside down. Knight's Viper still on Forza 6 with the old Ferrari Formula 1 car at Le Mans. Get things a little bit wrong coming towards the back straight, runs wide across the curb, and the curbs are not having any of it. Fire the Ferrari onto its roof. It does a couple of spins on the nose, and then we'll come eventually to, well, sort of stuck on our side. Really, it does eventually kind of get landed. But, yeah, those curbs are nasty. Very nasty out there. DNRX Viking on a Horizon 2 brushes past an Astra, and the Astra decides that the BMW should probably be on its roof. That's, yeah, particularly peculiar one. On to Dirt 2 now. With we're going for the roll record on this one. This is a mighty impressive accident in a Subaru Impreza. There's so many rolls in that one. Kind of gets flicked over and then bounced off the rock, and it's still, I think the guy reckoned it was 12 in all of that. That is a huge number of rolls. So well done. I applaud the effort on that one. Keithy Boy on GTA 5 with a flying Panto. Now he's trying to do a front flip with the Panto off of this stunt jump. Doesn't quite get enough rotation. It bounces off the boot of the car, and we're going to go for a triple front flip in the end, and lands absolutely perfectly, pointing in the right direction. Well done. The Panto is perhaps the right shape for doing that tumbling, flippy, rolly thing. But yeah, did very well to have that all done just absolutely perfectly. Mr. Marco 1100 on GTA 5. It's kind of trying to show off. I think he's trying to get as low as possible to the ground with his Duster. Does pretty well. Reckons he can go a little bit lower. Doesn't quite judge it so well this time. And now we're landed upside down. Amazingly, the plane stays intact. Like, it doesn't take out the propeller or anything. The plane's okay. Well, I say okay. It does slightly catch fire. But, yeah, a very smooth landing for landing upside down. Blaze 053 on Battlefield 4 spots one of the enemy attack boats. So they go for shooting at it. However, the boat is not too keen on this. It has a great defense strategy. That is just roll over the attacking vehicle. It's really, I'm not quite sure. I don't know if the guy bailed out or whether he got kicked out of the vehicle that he's in here. Yeah, that's a pretty good attack strategy. I've got to admit, I approve of that one. St. Nick 365 on World of Tanks with his teammate, trying to take a shortcut. Probably not a good idea. That one. Don't think he quite realised that the map sort of dropped away so much there. Yeah, not a good idea. Not a good idea, that one there at all. WJB55 on a simple plains, messing about with a tank, and things go quite quickly wrong. We start tumbling down the hill. He's frantically trying to get control of the vehicle again. It's not working, and as it twists, it digs in, and now we've got a rolling tank. Tanks tend to be quite difficult to roll, so well done for getting, was it 4 rolls out of the tank before it comes to a rest? Yeah, that's not quite what tanks are designed for, and then you're probably quite well and truly stuck down the bottom of that little cliff. Yeah, not a good idea to roll them down there. Crazy Swede on a Volvo the game, coming out towards turn 1 with all of this. First of all, an 850R goes spinning. Something flips up ahead. One car comes back on track, promptly flips over. It turns out these 850 estates, perhaps not the most stable car that magically rights itself again. Yeah, magically rolling Volvos is always a good thing to see. And finally, we end on iRacing with the street stocks at Charlotte. Now, I've been in many a big shunt on this one, and the car we're following here gets a little tag, gets forced into the side of the number 7 car, takes a big whack from the 13, and the axle that's an interesting angle. I will be honest, I've had many a crash in iRacing. Tends not to have the axle pointing out of the rear window. That is a new one. I've got to say, that is quite an impressive shunt for the damage to have done that. Anyway, that is it for this episode, guys. If you have clips you would like to submit to this series, then you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. Very top of the page is the FailRace clip submissions, and in there you can find all of the rules and how to submit the clips. But that is it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.